I never imagined my life would come to this. A woman in her mid-40s, standing alone in a beautiful home, yet feeling more invisible than ever. My husband was always away. His business trips stretched from days into weeks, and when he finally returned, his presence felt more like a formality than a reunion. We barely spoke beyond polite small talk. Intimacy had faded from our lives years ago. Still, I kept up appearances, cooking, cleaning, smiling at neighbors. But inside, I was fading. It was early spring when my husband informed me he'd be leaving again, this time for nearly a month. I nodded, pretending to understand, as always. I didn't argue. I never did. I had accepted this life. Or so I believed. Just a week after he left, my stepson Aiden returned from college for spring break. He was 22, tall, polite, and had always kept a respectful distance. I had raised him since he was in middle school, and our relationship had always been quiet, formal, almost distant. But now he was a man. And something in the way he looked at me had changed. It wasn't inappropriate, not at first. But it was different. His gaze lingered a little longer than before. His compliments, once casual and light, now felt personal. "You look beautiful today," he said one morning in the kitchen, his voice warm. I laughed it off, but my heart fluttered. We started spending more time together, at first by coincidence. He helped carry groceries, offered to cook with me, sat beside me during late-night TV shows. I tried to ignore the tension growing between us, but I wasn't blind. I felt it every time his hand brushed mine, every time he stood just a little too close. One evening, we sat on the porch watching the sunset. He told me he admired the way I held the family together, how strong I was for his father. I didn't know how to respond. No one had said anything like that to me in years. His voice, soft, genuine, broke through a wall I hadn't realized I'd built. I looked at him and didn't see my stepson. I saw a man, someone who truly saw me, someone who made me feel alive again. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying our conversation. The way he looked at me, the way I didn't pull away. I told myself it was harmless, but I knew I was lying. This wasn't just loneliness. I had crossed an emotional line I could no longer deny. The next morning, his smile made me nervous. I found myself craving that attention, that feeling of being noticed, wanted, even though I knew it was wrong. For the first time in a long time, I felt awake. And afraid. I hadn't done anything. Not yet. But I knew I was close. And if something didn't stop me soon, I wasn't sure I could walk away.